It's halftime in West Lafayette, Iowa, on top of Purdue, 17-3. And Ross, are you ready for this? Iowa with 258 yards of total offense. That's more than they've averaged for an entire game all season long.
It's looked like a different offense. This has been fun to watch. They're balanced, as you've pointed out, Travis, a couple times during this game. As Spencer Petras had a few throws that I think he would want back, absolutely. But man, for the most part, this has been a fun football game today, buddy.
I think you can believe it or not, credit Nebraska and credit Wisconsin for exposing Purdue the last couple of weeks in the passing game. Nebraska went crazy passing on Purdue. So did Wisconsin. Wisconsin's traditionally a run team, right? Purdue's defensive backfield not very good at all. And Spencer Petras, 10 of 15, 182 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, and I do believe traditionally the run sets Iowa's pass up. I think today the pass early on, a couple big ones to Laporta, also Lachey, and Reganey got in and out as well. I think the pass has set up the run for Iowa, where Caleb Johnson has been running wild yards.
Yeah, it's that balance thing, Travis. We early on when we saw them go up top to Deontay Vines, Ed said something about how, well, that's the type of stuff you got to do to open up a defense. And I wondered, well, you got to complete a couple of those balls to really open it up. No, it did seem like even attempting those passes, like Hawk fans were yelling about early in the season, changes what is expected of your offense or what the defense, how they're lining up against you. And it definitely has opened up some stuff.
Holding Purdue to a field goal is huge. A few bad throws, but wind is probably a huge part. O'Connell shows us that. That's true. Kyle says, listen, whatever they did to the offensive line is working. Hey, let's not discount, by the way, 2 Purdue turnovers, right? The 2 picks have turned around those drives as well and given Iowa a pretty good advantage. But you're right, the offensive line playing much better the last 2 weeks when you make the switch if they have.
Huge improvement at the offensive line. And, Travis, we're running out of words for this defense, man. It's remarkable. And even – today, Charlie Jones has done what a lot of Hawkeye fans were expecting or maybe fearing he would do. He's had a couple of nice plays. He's piling up some yards. He's getting some catches. He's getting open. This bend but don't break always seem to be in the right place at the right time. Neither one of those picks are like dynamic defensive plays. What are they? They're really good team defense. You're playing your part. Ball goes through a receiver's hands and you're in the right spot. Now, again, I credit the defense and the setup and the discipline and all of that for that. It's just every week, man. Every week it's just remarkable. To the point we even caught something early on. Second or third possession of Purdue, they're coming out on the field and Gary says, man, I really hope we get a pick 6 here. I mean, at least a turnover. At the very least, a turnover. That's what our expectation is, and I think they got one that drive. At the very least, our expectation is, well, this defense is just so good. I mean, hell yeah, give them the ball at the 2.5-yard line. We're going to force them into a field goal.
So 17-3, we look at each other, and with this defense, you don't want to say it's insurmountable, but, God, I have a hard time believing Iowa's going to give up 2 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, when they kicked that field goal and went up 17-0, Travis, that's what I feel like I think that is insurmountable. I don't think Purdue's offense now. The caveat that I put it on in the studio, and I'd want to say on air too, is with a pick 6, with some sort of special teams play, this offense is able to score a touchdown. So if you get a pick 6 and then a touchdown, that's obviously going to tie this game up. But that's the only way. I don't see this Purdue offense marching down the field and putting a couple of touchdowns on this Hawkeye defense.
17-3, halftime score. Go grab yourself another beer, and we'll be back after the game with the Jethro's Barbecue Sound-Off from 4 to 7. Also, we'll be back here on Facebook as well to give you our post-game thoughts, which right now looks like an Iowa win.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in this, Travis. I mean, I really am. I think right now we probably see what Kirk Ferentz does with the lead, right? This is going to be a quick second half. Going to run the ball a lot. Going to eat this clock. We might see a final score of 20-6.
You know what? And a win is a win, right? Win is just says, let's slow down. This is not. Yeah. Says, let's slow down. All very good team, but the D has put us on short fields.
Yeah,
Mez good when you're winning. Mez good when you're up 17-3. Mez good, and they do have 258 yards in the first half, which that's been more than Iowa's put up per game.
Right.
What more do you want?
Yeah, Jeff. Listen, we're all in the same boat. We've all watched this football team up to this point and been frustrated with the offense, dude. At some point, you got to say, "Hey, this is what we were hoping for." Yeah, I know we played Northwestern and we're playing the Purdue defense. These defenses aren't great, but it's who they're playing. It's Big Ten West defenses, and they're going out and they're looking good. I've been as critical with Brian Ferentz and Spencer Petras and Kirk Ferentz as anybody over this year. But man, when your team is doing well, if you're not happy, then when can you be happy, bro? Like this.
Kyle brings it up. Kyle says, "Hey, the Met offense is all we want because before it was putrid."
And
right?
Listen, I'm even going to push back a little bit on the meh. Like you said, Travis, 250 yards and a half is not meh. We've seen meh. We've seen meh. We've seen bad. Okay, and I'm not trying to say this is great, golden. Bring on Alabama. Nothing like that. What I'm saying is, man, that was a fun half of football, right?
We back? We back? That was weird. We had really bad internet. Can believe it or not, Ross.
I believe it.
All right. Well, why the internet? We still have internet power goes down. We'll see you then.